Hello, it has been a minute since I have been here. As some of you may have seen, I had posted it on my community tab as well as Instagram. I was home back in quarantine with COVID. I'm feeling better now. I'm pretty much symptom free except for the fact that my taste is still off. I know that can linger for a while. I'm feeling very fortunate that I didn't get it super severely, and I'm ready to get back into the swing of things and to get back into filming. Today's video is one that I wanted to have up around Christmas, but here we are. It's going to be a first impression of the latest Lunar Beauty launch, the Eternal Eclipse palette, as well as the Zaya lipstick. If you regularly watch me, you know I'm not a huge fan of blue, so I'm really excited to see what this palette is going to do for me today. I really tried to resist this launch, and then I started to see reviews of it and everyone playing with it, and I had to have it. If you enjoyed today's video, while you're watching, please do go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into it. I do want to mention before we dive in, I don't know if you can hear it, but across the way from us, the condos across from us, there has been construction going on for the past week and a half. They're redoing the siding and all kinds of stuff, so that's another reason why it's taken me a little longer to come back. It's been pretty noisy, but today we're just gonna push through and hopefully it isn't too distracting. So for this palette, I'm not gonna swatch it today because I already have. I posted it on Instagram right around the time that I got this in. Like I said, this has been sitting for a while, but here is the inside of the palette. 7 mattes and 8 shimmers. And from what I can tell you already, when I was swatching these, the shimmers in here are so freaking buttery, and I cannot wait to get them on my lids. This palette retails for $48, and last I checked, it was still available. I do think it sold out right around the time that it launched, but then it came back. I also purchased the Zaya liquid lipstick. This is $18. I have not tried the Lunar Beauty liquid lipstick formula yet, so I'm really excited to try this one. I have 3 of the glosses, and that's why I passed on the one that launched with this collection. I also passed on the brushes too. I almost added them to my cart. I may go back and get them later. If you try them, if you pick them up, I would love to know your thoughts on them. I haven't seen too many reviews on the actual brushes. I do believe they're currently sold out. I'm gonna do something different today. I probably won't be too chatty. I usually talk through my tutorials as well as my reviews, but instead I wanna get creative today. I've done a two-tone look before, but I've never actually filmed one, so I wanna attempt that today. I'm gonna take a page out of Samantha Ravindall's book, and I think I'm just going to listen to music while I play around and then give my thoughts at the end. Let me know in the comments what you prefer so I can keep that in mind for next time, but today I just wanna play and get creative. I'm gonna prep my lids with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and then I also wanted to say I will be inserting clips of the palette with which shades I'm using while I'm using that, so you can follow along at home if you'd like to. I also wanted to do a two-tone look today as well because I thought it'd be a great way to try several eyeshadows in this palette. Please ignore the lash glue that I still have on my eyes from last night. That is stunning. So freaking gorgeous. So here is where we are right now. Blending was pretty effortless and I didn't run into any trouble. The shimmers, as you can see, they are stunning. I will say I feel like they performed best on my fingertip versus wet, especially this adamantium shade. I'll see over time if that's true of the other shimmers in the palette. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup and then I will be back to finish off the under eye as well as to test out the liquid lipstick. All right, so I am back to finish off the under eye. Everything that I used on my face will be down below in the description box, but I do have to say, I finally used the Fenty Diamond Bomb and holy hell, it is so pretty. I also wanted to mention before I forget, I was looking at this in the mirror and I just felt like because adamantium is so bright that the bronze shade that I had before just wasn't doing it. So I topped it off with the Gold Dust shade instead, right on top with my fingertip, and I think it looks a little bit more balanced. To finish off my under eye, I'm basically just going to repeat the same shades that I used, but I'm going to flip them and do the blue on this under eye and then the gold and brown tones over here. I'm gonna try to be super careful because I already set my makeup. I just wasn't thinking. So hopefully I don't have any fallout. So like I mentioned, I do think it packs better on with the fingertip versus a damp brush, but because I can't get my fingertip under here, I'm going to take my angled brush and just try to mimic that shape I did on the top. It's tough to get gold dust to build up to the intensity of adamantium. That one is just so like blindingly bright. And I'm just going to do a little bit more of flare in my inner corner before adding liner and mascara to my lower lash. All right, the liquid lipstick, I'm going to swatch this first. I may or may not need to put a liner down. That is what that looks like. It's such a beautiful tone. I'm going to line with Urban Decay's 1993. I love this shade. It has that warm terracotta undertone, a little bit of red underneath. So pretty. And I want a tiny bit of gloss in the center, so I'm going to add, this is Celine, also from Lunar Beauty. Take this off, although I think it's probably better with it. I needed to do my roots like yesterday. All right, so what do we think? I love the way this turned out. I also love the color of the liquid lipstick. Let me know in the comments which side you like better. Do you like the gold side or the blue one? I really don't have anything negative to say with this palette. The liquid lipstick too, like I said, I love the color of it, and I'm not gonna know till later on how well it wears. It feels matte, but I did put the gloss over it, so it's not going to feel as drying. We'll see how it fades throughout the day. I am going to wear it for a little while, and if I remember, I will put it in a pinned comment or just ask me if I forget. As far as the palette goes, this palette is stunning, and it did not disappoint. My only complaint that I can think of, especially with doing a look like this one, when it came to the blue side, I really only had these two to work with. And as you may have noticed, I built up smoke a second time in the center, where here I used the medium brown and I didn't have the option on this side. I had to really blend out the first layer of smoke and then build it up right in here so I could get some depth. So maybe a third matte shade in the blue tone. I would have preferred that. And if I had to choose what I would replace in this palette, it would probably be the Night Sky shade. Somebody else said that too. I think it may have been Teresa is Dead. And I have to agree with her if that's who said it. This kind of shade I just don't generally reach for. It's matte with glitter in it, and I know I probably won't use it very much. The only thing I can see myself using this for is topping off a liquid liner, and maybe I'll try that out soon. I look forward to using this palette again. I can't remember if I already said this, but I gave myself a goal in 2020 to only purchase 10 palettes, and this was number 10. That was my other excuse in deciding to purchase it. So sometime by the end of the month, everything's a little bit off with me having COVID. I will have a video up reviewing my 10 palettes. I will be ranking them, the 10 palettes that I purchased in 2020. And between now and then, I will be using those 10 palettes. I want to say I want to use them all another time or two. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm sure I will be posting looks over there. I'm Kayla Remarks over there as well if you would like to follow along, and I will have that video up fairly soon. Let me know in the comments if you picked up anything from this collection or your favorite products from Lunar Beauty. I also have a first impressions that I did with the Moonspell palette, and I have that linked below in the description box if you want another video to watch after this one. If you enjoyed this video, please do go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see me and more of my remarks, please subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.